Good afternoon, guys. It's Working, bringing you a very quick update on Bitcoin. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. We're looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar. This is the 4-hour chart on Coinbase. And last time we spoke, guys, Bitcoin was operating within this range, creating a series of lower highs, higher lows. I told you guys too that we would that it was gearing up for a major move in the next 24 to 48 hours. Here we are, 48 hours later, and of course we're within that major move now. We saw Bitcoin briefly break up. I warned you guys of a possible bull trap where price broke up, trapped people long, and then price broke right back down. That's exactly what happened. Didn't quite reach up, and I told you to watch 57.75 as a possible area of reversal. Didn't even make it up that high, guys. We rose up to about 56.70 and then broke right back down. Took out this prior low here, guys. I told you last time if we took out 5,200, we were very likely going to be dropping down into our range here between 4,600 and 4,100. I still believe that is the case, even though right now we saw price drop just below $5,000 to about $4,960. Pushed back up. $5,000 is a very good psychological support, guys, even though we don't see much support on the charts. It's a very good psychological number. In other words, people probably have a lot of buy orders. Retail investors had a lot of buy orders sitting right at $5,000 because, again, it's a good psychological number. That gave us a very temporary bounce here, and let's wait and see if we get any kind of a major bounce at all. We do have some bullish divergence. If we kind of zoom in here, looking at the 4-hour chart again, we can see looking at price obviously created a lower low. We look at the MACD histogram here, created a higher low. Looking at the 4-hour RSI, created a higher low, all suggesting bullish divergence, which we had this little bounce here. So we are seeing that divergence now. Question is it going to come up any higher? Is it going to test what was support? Should act as resistance right now. So even if it does come back up, I'd expect it to act as resistance at 5,200 or at $4,450. I would expect a rejection there, and then coming back down to retest this 4,600 to 4,100 zone right down here, guys. And I still believe that this is the logical area for a reversal between 4,600 and 4,100, guys. I would expect these are where my buy orders remain stacked, actually starting at 4,500. That's where my buy orders start at 4,500, go down to 4,100. This is a logical area to place your buy orders, in my opinion. Again, doesn't mean you have to, just means it's a logical area in my opinion. It's not financial advice at all, but this is where I would expect a major reversal to happen between 46 and 4,100. Now, a lot of analysts are calling for 3,000. That's a real possibility, guys. I'm not counting that out at all. That is a real possibility, $3,000. And if it does come down here, you want to make sure you have some fiat available. You don't want to go in all in right here. You want to make sure you have some fiat available to take advantage of a $3,000 Bitcoin if we ever do get down here, guys. And again, that is a real possibility, especially if I look at this in Elliott Wave terms, guys. I'm not going to dig into it now, guys. I don't like Elliott Wave and low volume markets, and make no mistake, we are in a low volume market. We're still sitting at for today, we've at 5.7 billion on the day. We need to see volume up above 10 billion on a consistent daily basis before new money is entered. Before we know new money is entering the market. So right now, this is still ripe for manipulation. I'm not a fan of Elliott Wave. But that being said, if I do put my Elliott Wave hat on, $3,000 very quickly becomes a very logical target. And again, there's a lot of analysts out there right now that'll break that down for you. I'm not one of them. Because again, I don't believe in Elliott Wave and low volume markets. But that being said, guys, this is a real possibility, and I don't want to count it out. And I'm not, I don't have a big enough ego to sit here and tell you that I'm absolutely 100% correct that this is where the bottom is going to be. I could be wrong. I certainly could be wrong. And so I want to make sure you protect your fiat, guys, and you don't go all in here at all, if at all. If you're uncomfortable with this, guys, and there's a lot to be, this is, when it's hard to buy when there's blood in the streets, guys, when everybody's selling, it's hard to buy. Now, that's how you make money, but it's also how you can lose a lot of money if you don't time it just right. So, if you're uncomfortable, I would just wait for that reversal to happen. Wait for that confirmation. So I wait for that very long wick. So, something like we saw back here, I want, something like where price comes back down. We get a very strong push up by the bulls. No question, this was a bottom right here, guys. So we see something like this where the bulls just push it up big time, and then we'll see a little retest, and then we'll know that that was in fact the bottom. So you want to buy the retest. So if we come in here, price gets pushed back up here big time. We come back here, it acts as resistance right here. It comes back down, and then we get another bounce right off there, guys. We get another little bounce on what was support, what was resistance, should break through, start acting as support. It's that retest off the major bounce that you want to end up buying on. And I'll talk about that more if and when that does happen, if that does make any sense to you right now. But basically, the bottom line is, guys, if you want to hold, you want to protect your fiat for when that bull run does happen, and I expect this time next year where Bitcoin is going to be at all-time highs. There's no question in my mind Bitcoin will be at all-time highs this time next year. So when that bull run does happen, you want to have fiat on the side to be able to take advantage of that. And there's going to be no question when it does happen that it is happening. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things there. A little bit shorter video today, but you guys have basically, if you watch my videos, you know where I stand. I don't want to start repeating myself. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things there, guys. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, would appreciate an upvote if you have enjoyed this content. Until next time, guys, please trade safe. Take care of yourselves. Oh, one more thing, guys. Sorry about that. One more thing that I haven't covered. Looking at longs and shorts. Longs are starting to stack. This is very interesting, guys. This means that there's some confidence in the market, that retail is still fairly confident that we're getting very close to a bottom, and that's very interesting to see. Market makers, to make money, when they're driving price down here, they're looking to liquidate those long positions, and they didn't, even though they dropped where we would expect a stop loss to be right below this wick right here. This is where we would expect that stop loss to happen. Price got driven below that, and longs actually went up. Longs have gone up. So they did not liquidate long positions. In fact, longs are stacking. So retailers holding their long positions and even adding to it as price goes down. That's extremely interesting. That being said, looking at short positions, shorts are starting to stack as well. So we're having longs and shorts both stacking at the same time. Longs are outpacing shorts. So that means that market makers, they likely, if you just look at that on a first level basis, you say market makers are going to want to drive price down to liquidate those longs. They tried that here and they did not liquidate those longs. In fact, long positions added, or longs were added. So that's very interesting. And then if we continue, the reason I bring this up is if we continue to see shorts start to stack like this, and especially if shorts start to outpace longs, if we have more shorts on the board than we do longs, that's when you're going to know that the bottom is very likely in, because the shorts aren't going to hold their positions the way the longs do. Shorts will liquidate. They have their stops set. They can't just enter into a position and hold for the long haul. Shorts are going to liquidate. So that being said, with short stacking like this, market makers may turn this thing around, possible temporary bottom, to liquidate shorts. That's a real possibility, but I don't think that's going to happen until shorts, looking over here, until shorts outpace longs. So watch that. Watch longs and watch shorts. When shorts start to outpace longs, when there's more shorts on the boards than there are long positions, that's when you're going to know. That's going to be a very good signal that at least a temporary bottom is in. It may not be the bottom, but at least a temporary bottom is in, and it very likely will be the bottom. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that piece of information. Again, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, I would appreciate an upvote if you have enjoyed this content. Until next time, guys, please trade safe. Take care of yourselves. This is Working, signing out.